All right, let's do a review of the settings on the HBM2280. I have a model from last year. I know there's a newer model out there where there is no help and it has unit settings and another setting. But this is the settings that I have on my particular MIG, and what we're going to be covering is just the settings and the MIG settings. So let's go into MIG Synergy, and for iron settings we have mixed gas CO2, and then we have 4 different wire sizes that we could use. We could use 0.6 millimeter, 0.8, 0.9, and 1.0. So that's for iron. Now, let's go back in here. Go to stainless steel. Stainless steel, you could use 0.8 millimeter or 1.0 millimeter. Now, let's go into aluminum silicone or copper silicone and see what that one has. So that one has 1.0 millimeter or 1.2 millimeter. That is, set up for this machine, but I know I use 0.30 and 0.35, and it seems to work just fine. But let's go see what the next one is. So now let's go with flux core. And flux core is 0.8 millimeter or 1.0 millimeter. And the next one is copper alloy, aluminum alloy. And that one is 0.8 millimeter and 1.0 millimeter. So that was the questions that they had about one of my other videos, so I wanted to cover that. They also had questions about burnback, which I will show once I start welding with this, and I will also show a little bit of, I guess you would call it spot welding, where you just pull the trigger, hit it, and let go. So, and also the lowest settings I could do with the MIG welder, which is 1.5 volts and 1.5 meters per minute. So, let's get on to that. But here are the settings that we have for MIG. Okay, so we are set for 3.4 millimeter thickness, even though it's 3 millimeters. And I got the burn back set at the complete minimum. Let's see how this goes, and we'll see how the burn back works too, because that was another question. Somebody else said that it didn't seem like their burn back was working. So this is 0 burn back as far as I could tell. Let's give it a try, see how it works. So that seems like it's welding it pretty hot, but I was going kind of slow, so let's just speed it up a little bit more, although this is kind of dirty over here. Let me try it up towards the top. So that's with zero burn back, and you can see that I stuck it. Now, let me turn the burn back up all the way, and we'll see if it does the same. So you can see, let's see, that's how much burn back I have. Let me just pull the trigger quick and let go. I mean, I'm just pulling it quick and letting it loose. So it seems like the burn back on mine is working. I know seems to work pretty good when I'm welding aluminum. Another question I had is how good it would be for just spot welding. Let's just try a quick spot weld here. I'll try it right here. So that's pretty good. Okay, so that was with a higher setting for thickness. That's 3.4 millimeter thickness set on this machine compared to 3, which you can't do. So let me go back and now set it to 2.8 millimeters, and we'll give that a try. Let me just clean it off a little bit. So let's give this a try. I got the burn back set. It's somewhere in the middle. So right now we're going to be running 8.2 meters per minute, 21.5 volts. And it's set at 2.8 millimeters thick, and the metal is actually 3 millimeters. And that to me looks pretty good. You know, and there's my stick out after I'm done welding. So let me lower that a little bit. I just set it up a little bit off of the bottom, and we'll see how that goes. So this welder has got some power to it. It definitely welds the wire pretty good on to the metal, and that makes it nice and smooth. Let me just wipe it off some. So now, let's try, and we'll go down one more setting. So now we're going down to 2.1 millimeters thickness. It's going to be 7.8 meters per minute and 20.5 volts. So we got a little bit of metal here. We can try this on. Let's give it a shot. And that looks good, pretty good too. A little bit thicker. Weld. Now let's just try doing a spot weld again. This is at a lower voltage. So that's how the spot welding works. So I really like my welder, and it's HBM2280, and that's just MIG welding with regular steel with 2575 argon CO2 mix. So I think I answered all the questions, and I'm gonna post this video, so hopefully you will subscribe. You can see, let me just show the back of the metal here. See how that looks as far as penetration. So I know I had paint on the back, so you could see, you know, it was coming through, and the weld itself looks very good. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit. And Get a close-up of the spot welds. So here we are. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in better. I mean, that looks very good. So please subscribe. That way there I can continue doing these videos. And leave a comment if you'd like, or you'd like to see something else. Thank you. Have a great day. So I'm going to try to MIG with 5 volts, which is very low. I know it goes, this welder goes down to 1.5 volts, but I just want to try it and see what happens. So let's give it a try. So it's definitely sticking. So let's see if this would work for spot welding. Definitely sticking. Let's turn down the wire feed. It's the lowest it'll go. Ooh, that's working pretty good. It actually looks like it's not working too bad as far as welding. Let's try it again. So that's MIG welding with 5 volts and 1.5 meters per minute. And that's on, let's see what size metal this is. .0 0.27 inches. Let's see what it is in millimeters. .70 millimeters. Let's check on this other one again. So, let's see, we can turn down the voltage. Let's go down to 1.5 and 1.5. This is the lowest that this will go. And just see what it does. So, that's what it's looking like. Let's see if and even at that voltage you could see that it is going through, and welding very good to the metal. So I really like this welder because of its flexibility as far as going from 1.5 volts all the way up to 26 volts. And the 1.5 volts is when you're running with 110. 26 volts is when you're switching to 220. So I just wanted to do a little more review on this welder, and I am very impressed with it. So it will do really thin metal and pretty darn thick metal also. I don't have any really thick metal at the moment to try it out on, but in the future I will be welding on my backhoe. So make sure you subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.